Number 10. The baby picture. As the whole drama with the laminated eyebrows was circulating, fans were keeping a pretty close eye on Selena and Hailey's Instagram to see what would happen next. But it really started to reveal how much Hailey looks to copy Selena. The baby picture posted to Selena's accounts really did fans in. Selena posted a photo showing her younger self. She captioned the picture with, "Dear younger me, please don't be afraid to ask for help." And it wasn't long until Hailey appeared to take notice of all the sweet comments Selena was getting on her post and appeared to copy her. 3 days later, Hailey ended up posting a photo of herself as a child to her Instagram story, with the caption, "Hugging this little girl extra tight." TikTok users immediately showed the comparison in clips, and fans took to the comments. One user wrote, "Is Selena physically safe from Hailey at this point?" Another added, "Hailey is provoking the public so she can be deemed the victim." Number 9. The interviews. Fans have made a compilation video on TikTok to show how Hailey seems to parrot Selena's past interviews, and some of them are pretty similar. In a clip, it shows Selena discussing how she wants to share her side of the story. She shares on The Ellen Show, "I realized everyone seems to be narrating my life for me, so why don't I put something out there that is my side of the story? It's not hateful or anything, it's simply a beautiful moment to let go of." Hailey makes an appearance on another talk show and has a pretty similar answer. She says, "I was able to tell my story about who I was from my own mouth, instead of people from the outside being able to tell my story for me." Not only this, but they noticed that when Selena was asked, "What's one thing you wish people knew about you?" she responded by saying, "My heart." Hailey then stated in an interview, "I wish people knew my heart." Believe it or not, but there's actually more. Selena admitted in the past to being a huge Britney Spears fan, explaining how that was her first concert she went to, and the first CD she ever bought. Hailey later revealed how much she also loved Britney Spears, saying it was her first concert she ever went to as well. In the past, Selena has been known to talk about her body image, saying, "I don't have to be that 19-year-old body shape anymore, because I'm not." Hailey then shares in a separate podcast, "I'm not 19 anymore, I'm 24 now." This has many fans convinced. One user wrote on TikTok, "Hailey is me when I was in school, copying my friend's work but just changing the words a little bit." Another added, "She's so strangely obsessed." Number 8. The mirror selfie. The selfies that many seem to think are identical are the Instagram white tank selfie. This goes back to 2019 when Selena uploaded a photo of herself with her hair down, wearing a white shirt and minimal makeup. Then just a couple days later, Hailey shared a selfie also in a white top, leading Instagram users to believe she was copying her. Hailey's was a little bit different though. She was in a mirror with flash, but it was close enough that fans really started to speculate that it was intentional. One Selena fan commented on Hailey's photo saying, "Selena just posted a selfie of herself wearing a white top. Are you copying Sel?" Or another user agreed and added, saying, "I thought the same thing. I don't get it." A few stepped in to say that Selena doesn't own wearing white tops and taking selfies, but others were still pretty confused. One Selena fan in particular was over it and wrote, "Please go find yourself a life." Number 7. Jelena superfan. Hailey has been accused of being a superfan of both Selena and Justin in the past, leaving some to suspect that she was jealous of Selena, that she essentially stole her place. 2011 to 2013, Hailey was pretty loud and proud fan on Twitter. One tweet read from 2012, "I've gotta say I was really looking forward to seeing what color coordination Jelena was going to wear to this year's Vanity Fair party," as well as, "I don't care what anyone says, but Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez together is the definition of a teenage dream." Not only that, but on Christmas Eve 2011, she wrote, "Oh my god, I need Bieber wrapping paper ASAP." But it seems even Justin thinks she was a huge fan, even if she doesn't want to admit it. He captioned an Instagram photo of Hailey with, "People always asked me if I'd marry a believer. Well, I did." Others speculated that she was trying to steal Justin from Selena over the years, with a few believing that there could possibly be some overlap between the women. But recently, Hailey has cleared the air during an interview on Call Her Daddy, and has claimed that there was absolutely no overlap when dating Justin with Selena. She has admitted that she is aware of how it looks and the timing of things, but has insisted that she waited. The timeline goes that Justin and Selena were hanging out a lot in late 2017 and seemed to get back together in early 2018, until they looked to abruptly break it off. Not long after, Hailey came into the picture and then they got married. After getting married, Hailey said in an interview how she's often struggled and was ridden with guilt during the first few months of marriage. This led fans to believe that it was because she stole Justin from Selena. Considering the times are so close together, it's definitely tough to not assume there was a little overlap between the two women. Number 6. The G tattoo. We have to talk about the seemingly matching tattoos. Multiple videos have come up where TikTok users point out the fact that Selena and Hailey have nearly identical tattoos behind their left ears. Selena was first pictured with the tattoo back in June 2015, what she got for her younger sister Gracie, Hailey in 2012. Reportedly, that same month Selena was spotted, Hailey ended up getting the exact same tattoo behind her ear. She explained that the tattoo was a tribute to the Seattle megachurch's pastor's daughter, Georgia, who was born with a rare brain disorder, which is a church where Hailey, Selena, and Justin have all worshipped before. Number 5. The J ring. Another tattoo-related issue is the J tattoo. When Selena and Justin were dating back in 2012, Justin gifted her a diamond-encrusted ring with the letter J on it for an early Valentine's Day present. This led fans to believe that the couple was actually engaged at the time, and this was a promise ring for Selena. And it was seen as a way of promising to marry her when he turned 18, which was less than a month away at the time of the gift. In 2012, Selena came out with the song Rain, which many began speculating was about Justin proposing to her in the past. With all this, fans were confused when Hailey got her tattoo the same year of the song's release. Fans of the former couple were reminded of the Valentine's ring when Hailey got a very similar looking J tattoo on her ring finger in 2020. The tattoo is the same capital J with a sparkle next to it. One Twitter user wrote, "Not me realizing the J is the same font as the ring Justin gave Selena years ago." Another wrote, "Confirmed number 1 Jelena stan title goes to wifey." Number 4. The cooking show. Selena fans were confused when Hailey's decided to start her own cooking show. Selena Gomez has a show on HBO Max called Selena and Chef since 2020. Hailey has only recently come out with a cooking show as part of her YouTube series called What's in My Kitchen. Viewers almost immediately started noting the similarities between these two shows. One user showed some clips of the similarities between them on TikTok, with the side-by-side clips showing how both stars have invited their grandma to the show to make their favorite dishes. Many believe this is no coincidence, and Hailey is just trying to be exactly like Selena, even down to the cooking show. A Twitter user posted, "Hailey really needs to stop copying Selena, and she should focus on herself." Another added, "Next she'll announce a murder mystery comedy show co-starring Tim Allen and Jerry Seinfeld," referencing Selena's show Only Murders in the Building. One even joked about how Hailey is copying Selena so much that she should give her credit for the show idea, writing the actual title, "What's in My Kitchen that I copied from Selena," to be relevant. When asked about the show during an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Hailey shared that it was a spin-off show from her YouTube series Who's in My Bathroom. She said, "I've loved cooking and sharing meals with my friends on my social channels through the years, and I can't wait to bring this experience to the fans of our network." Number 3. Vogue. Selena got invited by Vogue to discuss her best and worst fashion moments throughout the years. In the video, which has gained over 10 million views, she goes through her outfits, discussing what worked and what didn't over the years, as well as the background to her choices. Just a few months after this video was released, Hailey came out with a very similar video, but since she wasn't invited on Vogue, she just sort of recreated it on her YouTube channel. She captioned the video with, "Today we are taking a trip down memory lane and revisiting a few of my most cringeworthy outfits over the years." When fans noticed how similar this was, it looked clear that Hailey had taken inspiration from Selena's video. One Selena fan commented, "The fact that Hailey wasn't even on Vogue and she did it on her actual account." Another added saying, "She literally uploaded her own version on her own YouTube channel." Number 2. The expressions. Taking another look at the cooking show drama, it seems Hailey may also be copying exactly what Selena says. In the premiere episode of Selena and Chef, Selena emphasizes how the show is not being filmed on a set, and it's her actual home and kitchen. Hailey ended up making this exact same point, leading fans to believe that this point was too specific for it to be a coincidence. Some other TikTok users pointed out how Hailey may even be stealing her expressions. In one episode of the show, Selena showed viewers her okie dokie jar, explaining how she has to pay when she says the phrase. She said in the episode, "We have an okie dokie jar. They said that word is over, so every time I use it I have to put $1 in there. So you can tell I've said it quite a few times." Oddly enough, Hailey has started using this expression too, while cooking on her own show. This left fans to believe it's another case of copying. Some TikTok users have even begun commenting okie dokie on Hailey's TikTok videos and Instagram posts. And at number 1, we have the same outfits. Hailey has been caught wearing outfits that Selena has publicly worn in the past, and Selena fans are taking note. One instance was when Selena was caught wearing a gray Balenciaga turtleneck sweatshirt with black jeans, and not long after, Hailey was caught in basically the exact same outfit. While performing an event, Selena took the stage in a white mini dress with white sneakers and high socks, and around the same time, Hailey wore a dress that looked pretty similar. And since this was during Selena's blonde hair phase, it made the similarities all the more real. Another occurrence was when Selena stepped out on the red carpet in a black cutout dress with a very low neckline. Later on, Hailey was seen in a similar cutout black dress for another red carpet event. TikTok users have shared how many more times this actually has seemingly happened, and has made various compilation videos in order to prove their point. This, along with the fact that Hailey's tattoo placement on her back basically mirrors Selena's tattoo, could there be maybe too many coincidences?
Mena Sued, the star of Disney's Aladdin, Aladdin, the 2019 live-action remake, has come under fire for a comment he made about the upcoming Little Mermaid movie. He responded to a tweet that said, "The Little Mermaid is tracking to earn $115 million on its domestic box office opening weekend. In comparison, Aladdin earned $112 million on its opening." In response, Mena wrote that the movie probably won't cross the billion mark because there won't be enough returning viewers, unlike with Aladdin, which he says was unique in that audiences went to watch it multiple times. But he predicted that The Little Mermaid will still probably get a sequel. Although his tweet seemed innocent enough, to a lot of people it sounded like he was taking a dig at the movie, and he was jealous at the prospect of it being more successful than Aladdin. Fans felt that he sounded bitter just because there was a real possibility that The Little Mermaid would outperform his movie. One person tweeted, "The Little Mermaid movie isn't released to the public yet, and Mena Sued is already making shady comments. He has had no big roles ever since Aladdin, and used to complain that Disney never gave him more work as if it should have been handed to him. Also, Mena is very bitter." Another person wrote, "I don't know why he thinks Aladdin was unique in terms of being rewatchable. Fans rewatch movies all the time, it's normal." But the biggest reason people are so frustrated with his tweet is because of all the racist backlash over Halle Bailey's casting as the lead. When the first teaser trailer was released, Halle faced a ton of hate for the fact that she was playing the iconic Disney princess. When the official posters for the movie were released, it happened all over again. People took issue with the animated characters like Flounder and Sebastian because they were apparently too lifelike. Literally anything that Disney puts out about The Little Mermaid gets attacked. So when you take that into account, Mena's comments just sound like even more criticism on top of a project that's already getting nothing but criticism. And all of this is happening before people have even seen the movie. But whether or not he even intended his tweet to be shady has yet to be explained, because as soon as he got called out for it, he deleted the post and deactivated his Twitter account. To be fair, the backlash was pretty brutal. People brought up his acting career and made fun of the fact that he hasn't been able to get any roles since Aladdin came out, which sounds kinda crazy, but it's actually true. How do we know? Well, he said it himself. In December of 2019, Mena told the Daily Beast that he hasn't had any auditions since playing Aladdin in the live-action Disney movie. He said, "I'm kind of tired of staying quiet about it. I want people to know that it's not always dandelions and roses when you're doing something like Aladdin." Quote, "He must have made millions. He must be getting all these offers. It's none of those things. I haven't had a single audition since Aladdin came out." He explained that he hasn't really gotten anything big just from his role in that movie, which is something that surprised a lot of people. After all, it was just so successful at the box office. Mena went on to say, "People have these ideas in their head. Like, I'm just sitting here being like, okay, Aladdin just hit 1 billion. Can I at least get an audition? I'm not expecting for you to be like, here's Batman, but can I at least just get in the room? Can you give me a chance?" So just from that interview, you can tell that he was really struggling to understand why his career prospects didn't seem that great. And it's easy to see why he would feel that way, because any actor who was able to score that kind of a role would think that they just made it. But sadly, the issue could have something to do with Hollywood's struggle to cast actors from other ethnicities in major roles. Mena is Egyptian Canadian, and there just aren't enough roles being created for Middle Eastern actors, unless the movie is specifically about that culture. Things seemed hopeful for a while in 2020, when it was reported that an Aladdin sequel was in the early stages of development. But in March, the actor was approached by a fan who asked him if it was still happening, and he said that it was very unlikely at this point. Despite all the early excitement, Aladdin 2 has gone through a lengthy development cycle. It took Disney nearly a year to even announce the sequel, and they were waiting for a proper story before they could confirm all the actors who would be returning for their respective roles. But there were also other issues along the way, like the fact that Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at last year's Oscars. The controversy just from that would have surely slowed down development, because director Guy Ritchie insisted that he wouldn't be recasting the genie. So it's no surprise that the movie is still kind of in a limbo, and so is Mena Sued's career. Alright, now why are people saying that Kendall Jenner is becoming annoyed with Bad Bunny? It's all because of a viral video that's been going around on TikTok. Over the weekend, they made their first public appearance together at the Lakers playoff game in LA. Kendall and Benito were photographed smiling while they were chatting with friends. They both looked super stylish and even coordinated their shoes, wearing matching snakeskin print boots. But fans were less worried about their fashion and more concerned for their body language. A lot of it comes down to the fact that Kendall was leaning so far away from him, and he just didn't look comfortable or confident sitting next to her either. Footage from their date has been all over TikTok, and everyone's trying to decide why it looks so awkward. One person wrote, Kendall doesn't want to look too cozy just in case she fancies a player on the court. She looks like she wants to get as far away from him as possible. Another person said, this is like when your mom forces you to take the new foreign exchange student out for a good time. Then there were also those people insisting that this must be a PR relationship because they don't look like they have any chemistry whatsoever. At one point, Kendall looked like she was frustrated with him when he leaned over to whisper something in her ear. Fans think he said something like, what do you want to do after the game? And she seemed annoyed at the question and said, we can do whatever. Judging from this clip, people think that Benito likes her way more than she likes him. So this whole relationship is going to end with him getting his heart broken. Then there are also other comments suggesting that she is getting the ick from him, or she's slowly realizing that he's more like her annoying little brother. But of course, all of that is up for interpretation. On Sunday, the two of them attended the birthday party of rapper Young Taco, who is one of Kendall's longtime close friends. They wore matching Matrix-inspired leather outfits and looked super coordinated. Kendall wore a long leather trench coat which she paired with black trousers and sleek heels. Benito wore a leather jacket and flared pants with chunky heeled boots, along with an LA Dodgers hat and wide-frame tinted glasses. So they really went all out this weekend when it comes to taking their relationship public. Up until the Lakers game, they have kept their outings as private as possible. The couple was first linked in February when rumors started swirling that they were seeing each other after they went to lunch with Justin and Hailey Bieber. From there, they continued to be spotted together at events like Beyonce and Jay-Z's Oscars after party, as well as at Coachella. Then earlier this month, they both attended the Met Gala, although they did walk the red carpet separately. In early May, a source told People magazine they are very cute together. Kendall is happy, he's a fun guy, very much a gentleman and charming. She likes his vibe, he is very chill. They spend almost every day together now. He hangs out with her friends and she hangs out with him. It's more of a relationship now. Kendall is not seeing anyone else. She really likes him and sees long-term potential. So it seems like they are definitely getting serious. Not only that, but Benito has publicly criticized her ex-boyfriends Devon Booker and Harry Styles. About a month ago, he called out the Phoenix Suns player in a verse in his song Coco Chanel. In Spanish, she said, I'm not bad, baby, that's a gimmick, but the Puerto Rico sun is warmer than the one in Phoenix. After that track was released, Devon unfollowed Kendall on Instagram and even spoke out against the new couple. An inside source said, Devon doesn't believe for 1 minute that Kendall and Bad Bunny's relationship is that serious. He doesn't think that he's her type, and he finds it difficult to believe there's any longevity there between them. They went on to say, Devon still thinks about Kendall on occasion, and a piece of him still misses her. He has no idea what the future holds, and although their timing wasn't right, it doesn't mean it can't happen at some point down the line. They dated for a long time and he still cares about her. He's not actively trying to get back with her, but he isn't exactly opposed to the idea either. The two of them dated on and off for about 2 years, from April 2020 to October of 2022. They reportedly broke up because of their busy schedules, but obviously there is still some feelings there. Alright, now that Taylor Swift and Maddie Healy were spotted kissing, things seem to be getting more and more serious. They were seen leaving a New York City recording studio last night, and they definitely looked like a couple. Taylor was smiling while Maddie was placing his hand on her back. She was seen wearing a purple NYU sweater and a black mini skirt with beige sneakers, while he was also dressed casually with a black sweater and pants. A source told Entertainment Tonight that Taylor has moved on from Joe and is feeling great and confident. With Maddie specifically, quote, Taylor is happy. She's very focused on her tour but is enjoying hanging out with Maddie when she's off. They have known each other and have history, so there's a comfortability factor there, but also feelings of excitement. They're hanging out and having a good time. It's not just platonic. Maddie was also spotted at her show in Philadelphia over the weekend. He was hanging out with her friend Blake Lively on Friday night. He was then filmed hanging out with Taylor's dad during the show on Saturday. Her mum was also there watching her perform, and they both seemed to be very friendly with him. So that by itself is a major sign that their relationship is picking up. Now you might be thinking, okay, but none of this has actually been confirmed yet. Well, yeah, it kind of has. A fan named Eleanor the First on TikTok posted a video at Taylor's concert. She was close enough to the VIP section that she was actually able to talk to Maddie. So she used that opportunity to ask him point blank if he was dating Taylor, and his answer was yes. By now it seems like they're not even trying to hide their relationship, but it's still crazy to hear that he straight up confirmed it. Just last week, the two of them were spotted kissing at a restaurant in New York City. They seemed to be on a double date with Jack Antonoff and his fiancée Margaret Qualley. Taylor was wearing a green and yellow dress with velvet Mary Janes and red lipstick, whereas Maddie was dressed in a suit with a white dress shirt and matching Ray-Bans. According According to eyewitnesses at the restaurant, neither of them ordered any food. Instead, they spent the whole time just cuddling and kissing. Later on, they were seen holding hands and walking away from their table. When those pictures made their way across the internet, it sent fans into a frenzy. Because up until that point, some people were still holding out hope that they were just friends or they were just working on new music together. Since then, Maddie has been spotted several times in the audience at Stops for Taylor's Eras tour. He's been opening for some of her shows with Phoebe Bridgers, but mostly he seems like he's just there to support her and enjoy the performance. The 1975 have been on tour since late last year, but he's currently on a small hiatus between his last show on May the 4th and his next show on June the 2nd. So it looks like he's chosen to take that time out in the US, as opposed to just going back to his home in the UK. And fans have also said that he performed their song She's American at their last show, which many believe may have been a nod to his new girlfriend. Later on, another insider spoke to Us Weekly and explained that the two of them have the same circle of friends. Apparently they are having a good time reconnecting and they're looking to give things a second chance. They do go back quite a few years, as dating rumors went around in 2014 and in 2016, and they remain close ever since. So do you think that they're actually together?
Number 10, fan encounters. As the allegations really started circulating over Hailey's mean girl antics, fans began coming forward to share their own experiences with the model. One TikTok user described the time when she met Hailey at a concert, then went over to ask for a photo. She describes the event saying, "I went up to her and said, 'Hi Hailey, I'm a big fan.' But you could tell she was not happy." The user recalls that Hailey huffed and rolled her eyes. Allegedly, after taking the photo, Hailey asked the fan, "Do you want anything else from me?" before turning to walk away with her friends while loudly mocking the fan. The fan tells her TikTok viewers, "They said it so loud it was like they wanted me to hear. So I was like, okay, well, she's a bit of a mean person." Another social media user came forward describing the time when she and Hailey both were signed to the same modeling agency when they were teenagers. She recalls this by saying, "She was so cold to me. She treated me like trash. It was the vibe she gave off. She really thought she was better than everyone else in the room. And I'm like, girl, we're both signed to the same agency." She went on to say, "I don't believe that celebrities owe anyone anything, but you know it's one of those moments where you shouldn't meet up with the person you look up to or you idolize." Number 9, the tweets. Does Hailey have a racist past? Many Twitter users believe so, and they have the screenshots. 2011 to 2013 was pretty problematic time for the model, who allegedly tweeted some interesting opinions. One tweet she reportedly wrote read, "With Cody Simpson and the awkward moment when you're at a Chinese restaurant and your waiter isn't Chinese." Another tweet from 2013 read, "To those foreigners who don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so sorry your country didn't have pilgrims to start such a sick holiday." Even more recently in 2016, it looks like Twitter users also seemed to find a tweet that looked as though the model was alluding to the fact that she was also homophobic. Hailey looked to have liked the tweet and said, "Let me clarify, the Bible stands against homosexuality, and I stand with the Bible." Hailey then commented on the post writing, "So good." Even though it didn't take long for her to delete her Twitter once these tweets emerged, the digital footprint really does live on. Number 8, Rhode. Hailey found herself in some pretty hot water after being sued by the brand, which accused her of trying to buy their name Rhode from them 4 years ago. When the model launched her skincare brand, she named it Rhode, which is also the name of a fashion brand that already exists, resulting in her getting hit with a trademark infringement lawsuit. The owners of the Rhode fashion line came out with a statement saying, "Today we were forced to file a lawsuit against Hailey Bieber and her new skincare line, which was launched last week and that is using the brand Rhode." They went on to say, "We didn't want to file this lawsuit, but we had to in order to protect our business." Even though the founders stressed how much they loved Hailey and wished her success, they were upset that she chose this name out of all other choices. They went on to say, "Hailey could choose any brand for her skincare line. We only have the brand name Rhode that we've built. That's why we didn't sell out our brand when she asked for it 4 years ago." The 9-year-old Rhode fashion brand was nervous about confusion on the market, and when asked why they decided to go through with the lawsuit, they revealed, "We have real concerns for the future. It's disappointing to me that a female entrepreneur of whom we've been fans of for a long time is trying to smother what we've built." It was revealed though that Hailey owns the trademark for skincare and they hold it for fashion, so it looks like she's in the clear, which is definitely not ideal for the fashion brand. Number 7, motherly pressure. Is Hailey staying married for herself or for her family? Hailey and Justin have dated on and off since 2014 and were married by 2018, but the couple hasn't been shy to discuss the struggles of marriage, with Justin even admitting in 2021 that in the beginning of their married life there was such a lack of trust. But it looks like a breaking point hit in their relationship. It was Hailey's mother who stepped in. During an episode of In Good Faith, the podcast, Hailey revealed how it was her mom who persuaded her to stay with Justin. She shared at the time, "I remember I called her a few different times. One particular time when we were in Brooklyn and I was calling her, I was crying. And I was like, I can't do it. There's no way I'm going to do it if it's going to be like this forever." She went on to say, when discussing her mom's response, she was so calm and she was like, "It's going to pass and you're going to be fine. He's going to be healthy." Though she did end up staying with Justin and he has reportedly been able to overcome some of his mental health struggles, some question if Hailey is really just in this more for her parents than herself. Number 6, Nepo baby. Though a few fans saw the move of Hailey wearing a shirt that said Nepo baby as self-aware, others weren't so sure. The model was spotted in a white crop tee that said Nepo baby, short for nepotism baby, which is a term used for children of celebrities who are famous due to their parents. Soon after she was spotted and pictured wearing the shirt, she changed into a similar shirt with no logo while walking downtown LA. One fan seemed to think this Nepo baby shirt was more of an attention grab than anything. They wrote, "The Hailey Bieber Nepo baby shirt gives nothing because she gives nothing. She's not personable enough to give this staged paparazzi shot for a viral moment any personality. She doesn't act or sing." Another user agreed that this shirt was really missing the mark and commented, "Hailey Bieber really embarrassed herself with that Nepo baby shirt. This girl really gives nothing." Number 5, we have mean friends. A lot of people say you can really tell a lot about a person by who they choose to surround themselves with, and many seem to think that saying really applies to Hailey. Von Ford is a celebrity stylist known for working with Hailey, who has reacted to the drama going on between the two celebrities, Selena and Hailey, and has definitely pitted him against Selena and her massive fan base. Von posted a story that wrote, "I hate Selena." Fans were speculating as to why he was getting involved and why he was coming in so hot with his opinion. Many were also left wondering if Hailey was saying things about Selena behind the scenes to her friends. He then shared a screenshot of this post that he was taken down due to harassment and wrote, "I said what I said." Since this post, the stylist has made his account private, and even though Hailey doesn't follow him, it didn't take long for fans to figure out that they were connected. Von had photos of working with Hailey on his Instagram account at the time when his posts were made public. Hailey is also listed as one of his clients on his official website. But of course, in the midst of the drama, Von Ford's very public stance, she has since been removed from his website. When fans saw that a friend of Hailey was the one publicly bullying Selena, one commented, "It's always Hailey's friends." And another added, "You can tell that all they do is talk about Selena. These people have issues and they're so pressed over her. The hate is so real." This has fans torn as to whether Von's actions were purely just in support of Hailey or just an opinion of his own. Number 4, rude to staff. Hailey has been called out on TikTok by a restaurant hostess who claims that Hailey was really not the best person to serve. The TikToker posted a 2-part video to the platform that was called "Rating Celebrities While Working as a Hostess in a Fancy Manhattan Restaurant." The public call out went viral and resulted in millions of views, with one viewer even being Hailey herself. The video included Gigi and Bella, and the TikToker gave them a 10 out of 10. But then she moved on to Kylie, who got a 2, and Hailey got a 3.5. She said, "When discussing Hailey, this is going to be controversial. I've met her a handful of times and she was not nice. Really want to like her, but I give her like a 3.5 out of 10. Sorry, Hailey." Then Hailey took to the comments and wrote, "Just came across this video and wanted to say sorry if I've ever given you bad vibes or a bad attitude. That's not ever my intention." Hailey even went on to write, "Hate hearing that was your experience with me, but glad that you called me out so I can do better. Hopefully we meet again so I can apologize in person." The TikToker accepted this apology and wrote back, "We love an accountability queen. Thanks for taking the time to apologize. I hope we can meet again and start over." Number 3, hijacking Instagram. Fans have recently been wondering if Hailey has been hacking her husband's account, as more and more pictures have been posted showing the couple together, making Hailey look pretty good. After Justin posted a photo of his wife with the caption, "I love you baby," fans were convinced it really was Hailey behind it, considering this came after weeks without making a statement during the ongoing drama. Many were surprised that that was his decision to post. One fan wrote, "I bet that she forced him to post this." And another added, "Hailey, give Justin back his phone." Another time that fans were convinced Hailey was posting for Justin was when a photo posted of her with the caption, "Definition of a bad bee," aka strong, confident, independent, loyal, still can't believe you chose me. But TikTok users seemed to think that she forgot she was on Justin's account when they noticed that he commented heart emojis on his own post. A few seemed to believe that they saw this coming, with one user commented, "The captions on Justin's Instagram make it more obvious. This was my suspicion before I saw this." Another added by saying, "So the fact that he has more pictures of her on his IG and she barely has any of him makes more sense now." Number 2, ignoring Addison. Let's talk about alleged drama between between Hailey and Addison Rae. Fans of Hailey know that the model has a YouTube channel where she gives interviews from her bathroom, titled Who's in My Bathroom. In one of the episodes, Hailey has Addison Rae on the show, but fans were confused when they believed that Hailey was appearing to be uninterested the whole time. During the episode, Addison opened up about her split with Bryce Hall and other relationship struggles. But as Addison basically poured her heart out, Hailey continued to look disengaged. Addison told Hailey during the interview, "I think the lesson I learned from this is keep your circle small, keep your fights private, keep intimate things private, and respect each other." Almost immediately after this video came out, fans commented their thoughts on Hailey being rude to Addison, who was clearly having a serious moment. One viewer wrote, "She's not even listening to her. I feel so bad for Addison." Another added saying, "Not Addison being ignored where she's talking about a serious topic." Wasn't long before Addison and Hailey started seeing the backlash that the model was receiving. Addison shared, "So we did the Who's in My Bathroom, and there was a part in it I was talking about my relationship and my life, and Hailey was eating. But I feel like the clip is so out of context." Hailey also revealed at the time, "I didn't want it to get too intense or too deep. Like I never want someone to come on to Who's in My Bathroom and feel like I'm trying to pry information out of them." Number 1, paparazzi moments. Hailey really has the worst luck with the paparazzi, and it seems like they catch some pretty awkward moments for the star. In a clip that has now gone viral on TikTok where she's walking to her car with Kendall, she turns back to pose for photographers. But it seems like they were thinking that she was someone else and refer to her as Gigi. Hailey then says, "What the F?" while looking a bit exhausted by this and saying, "I'm not Gigi." He then asks her if she's Bella, the other Hadid sister. What makes this whole situation even more embarrassing is that the car door is locked when she's trying to get in and she awkwardly has to wait. This isn't the only time she has been mistaken for another model though. When she was walking out of the car for an event without her husband, all the paparazzi began yelling at her and calling her Gigi, asking if they can take a picture with her, but when she tells them she isn't Gigi, the cameras stop clicking, and they call her Miss. When asked about how she feels about the paparazzi harassing her and Justin, she said in an interview, "Sometimes when there's paparazzi following me, I have a flash in my head of like getting out with a baseball bat and literally destroying their car." She went on to say, "It makes me so annoyed that I'm like, one of these days I'm gonna get out of the car with an effing baseball bat." Another hard watch is the clip where Hailey avoids the paparazzi by walking into a wall. In a video that has been circulating social media, shows Hailey walking with Madison Beer after having lunch together in West Hollywood. Hailey covers her eyes when leaving the restaurant in order to avoid the photos. Madison then goes left when she goes right, ending up walking into a dead end, awkwardly having to uncover her eyes, figure out where her friend is and where she was going. She then gets into Madison's Range Rover and drives off. The video became so viral with people making edits of what they think that she must have been thinking while walking into the wall. One fan commented on the fact their friend kinda just left her to embarrass herself, saying, "The way Madison left her." Another joked, "Me pretending I'm famous." That's all we have for you guys today. What do you think the biggest Hailey Bieber warning sign was?
The Kardashians and Jenners never missed a chance to jump into the latest trends, but this most recent one that was worn by Kendall Jenner has started a fierce debate on social media. Basically, Kendall has been strutting around in visible underwear. There's no other way to put this, she's pretty much been walking around without pants on. On November 20th, the model was spotted out and about in LA dressed in a very interesting ensemble that could either be considered a fashion statement or indecent exposure. She was wearing black tights or stockings as they should be called, panties, a knit crew neck sweater thrown on top of a white shirt. The fit was perfectly complemented by a pair of dark sunglasses, a black sardine bag, and slingback shoes. She even had a bouquet of sunflowers under her arm which made for a stylish accessory. So where does the fashion element come in? Well, if you've kept an eye on the runways, you've probably noticed the outpouring of visible undies on nearly every catwalk. During this year's spring-summer fashion season, Prada and Dior tapped into different variations of underwear as outerwear, from bras as tops to briefs worn without pants. But apparently Kendall's outfit is not a winner with everyone, as many fans have taken to Twitter to mock her fashion choice. One tweet that went viral posted photos of her and said, "Am I going crazy? Why isn't she wearing pants?" Someone else said, "Leggings as pants are fine. These are tights/pantyhose, very different." Another user wrote, "It's a terrible new trend. Bella Hadid was doing it last month. I saw girls on my campus doing it a few weeks ago. It looks insane online and in real life." And call me old-fashioned, but I think we should wear pants. The post also ignited another debate over whether or not this fashion trend is set to be another one that excludes plus-size women. Someone wrote, "This is one of those moments where I feel like a fat person would get absolutely outs from society for wearing the same outfit." So basically saying there's a double standard. Another one tried to explain Kendall's outfit, saying, "Because being skinny has become an accessory once again, and what better way to see a thigh gap than no pants at all?" So she believes that the model thin look of the early 2000s is making a resurgence, and that's why fashion trends like these are coming back in. So while that's an interesting analysis, there were also a lot of people who defended Kendall's clothing, saying that she should be able to wear whatever she wants. Someone even pointed out that she's actually dressed a lot like a ballet dancer, so it's not that weird to walk around in underwear and tights. But realistically, if anyone could pull off the no pants look, it's Kendall Jenner. In fact, this wasn't even the first time that she wore the visible underwear style. For the Met Gala after party, the model wore a sheer top and skirt on top of a Miu Miu underwear set. Then for her sexy Halloween costume, she dressed as Cowgirl Jessie from Toy Story, and she wore a barely there denim hot pants. And Kendall isn't even the first member of her family to rock the trend. Back in September, Kylie Jenner also wore white briefs, a tank top, and thigh highs to a fashion show. The model made headlines and became inspiration for other celebrities like Bella Hadid, who was recently seen walking around in New York City in underwear and Ugg boots. Earlier this year, Rihanna also went viral after stepping out in a sheer Dior slip dress and black lingerie, all to show off her baby bump. Then Julia Fox decided to pull off one of the most daring outfits on the red carpet ever. She attended the CFDA Awards early this month in a black cutout gown that showed off her midriff. And speaking of visible underwear, do you know what else has come back in fashion? The infamous whale tail. They're also called thong pants, and this trend involved allowing your G-string to ride up over your low-rise jeans. It was once considered a trashy and vulgar look, but since then it's actually become a streetwear staple. It's possible this could all be down to the widespread love of nostalgia, because there's no doubt that the iconic whale tail has become associated with a distinctly Y2K kind of rebellious female sexuality, and celebrities are really getting behind it. In December, Beyonce appeared in British Vogue wearing a red Christopher John Rogers gown and a matching G-string. 1 month before that, Kim Kardashian posed in a Givenchy campaign wearing a black maxi dress and a visible red thong. So yes, 20 years after its heyday, the visible thong has been welcomed back with open arms. Clearly these days, underwear is no longer being treated like a dirty little secret that needs to be hidden. From naked dresses taking over the red carpet to Gen Z reviving cutouts from the early 2000s, there's no denying that showing a skin is coming back in. It's really the era of bodily freedom, so no wonder the trend of underwear as outerwear is at an all-time high right now. But while it may look cool in photo shoots and on the runway, let's be real, it's a whole other story to wear it in your everyday life, walking around with your underwear exposed for all the world to see. So be honest, would you be brave enough to try it? Okay, now we have to talk about a relationship that has fans fuming. Yes, it's whatever is going on between Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny. When rumors of their relationship started to surface online, everyone was really confused. They were thinking, hold on, this can't be right. Bad Bunny is dating a Kardashian? His fans were genuinely shocked. A lot of them couldn't believe it. But if you take a look at the most recent photos, it gets harder and harder to deny reality. Over the weekend, the two of them went for a horseback ride at the Hidden Hills Equestrian Center in California. It looked like a very fun date, and apparently they spent about 90 minutes just riding horses. They took turns on the horse and even rode together at one point. That's when things got romantic. Kendall was seen taking the reins while Benito was sitting behind her with his arms around her waist. Now the fact that they did this is a pretty big deal. Kendall is definitely a horse girl. In fact, she once claimed that her only friends were her horses. So if she's introduced him to her favorite animals, that probably means it's getting serious. Once these pictures went viral, you can pretty much guess how fans reacted. One person tweeted, "I am so confused. What do they even talk about? Homegirl can't even cut a cucumber. How is she able to understand a single word in Spanish?" Other people wrote things like, "I bet she downloaded Duolingo only for him." And this is another celebrity hookup that seems like a publicity stunt. If you go through all these comments, the general consensus seems to be that the two of them should not be dating because Kendall Jenner is a basic white girl. But that's only a surface level criticism. The confusion and hatred of their relationship is about so much more than that. Despite their family's success, the Kardashians are not very well liked in the public eye. They've been accused of being out of touch, not understanding their privilege, and generally being everything that's wrong with celebrities. celebrities these days. They also get accused of cultural appropriation like every other month, and this is something that all 5 sisters have been guilty of at one point in time. Kendall specifically had a major problem with this when she did a photo shoot for her spirits brand 818 Tequila. In the photos, she was seen riding a horse through rows and rows of agave plants and sipping her tequila on the back of a pickup truck. She was also wearing an outfit and a hairstyle that is traditionally associated with Mexican culture, which obviously is not her culture. The entire campaign capitalized on stereotypes about farmers in Mexico. Not only that, but the Kardashians have also been called out for fetishizing men of color. And since Benito is Puerto Rican, fans seem to think that Kendall is doing the exact same thing with him. That's exactly why everyone's so upset. The rapper has helped a lot of Hispanic people feel seen because he's so successful in mainstream pop. He is this entirely likable, utterly unproblematic celebrity. And then you have Kendall, who's essentially the complete opposite. So it's no wonder they feel so protective over him. Recently, there has been other couples that fans have objected to, like Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde, but this one feels a little different. When the rumors first started circulating about them, people were fuming at the idea that Benito would even think about interacting with someone like Kendall. When it started in February, many believed that it was just a drop in the pan, and it would barely last longer than a week. The two of them were seen leaving the same restaurant around the same time as Justin and Hailey Bieber, so that made it seem like they were on a double date. A few days later, an inside source spoke to People magazine and said, "She likes him and is having fun. He is different from guys that she's dated in the past. He's very charming." According to Entertainment Tonight, her feelings were being reciprocated. Quote, "Kendall and Bad Bunny are attracted to each other and definitely have a flirty vibe. It's been fun for both of them so far." Then in early March, the two of them were spotted heading to Sushi Park in West Hollywood along with Kylie Jenner. This is when they were photographed hugging and kissing. Around this time, it was reported that they had been taking things slow for now and seeing where things go in the future. It was said that they both really liked each other and were hanging out and having a good time. They got along very well and have mutual friends, so the people around them really liked them together. A few weeks later, they were spotted going on that romantic horse ride. Now, there are still some fans desperately clinging to the idea that they're just friends, but to those people I say, look at the photos and tell me you think that friends ride horses like that.
Kendall Jenner is setting the internet ablaze after a video of her struggling to cut a cucumber is going viral. During Thursday's episode of The Kardashians, Kendall embarrassed herself while trying to make a snack without the help of her chef. Let's get into the details. This week's episode of The Kardashians was the first one featuring Kendall, who clearly did not get off to a great start. In the episode, Kendall visits her mom Chris's house in Calabasas, and while the pair are talking, Kendall says she wants to make herself a snack. Chris then offers for the family's professional chef to make her something, but Kendall insists to make it herself. We love an independent queen. But after attempting to make the snack, her view on the situation quickly changed. Kendall grabs a cucumber to snack on, but when she goes to cut it, looks completely confused on how to do so. The worst part was that she had no idea how to hold the cucumber and cut it at the same time. During the awkward moment, her mother Chris was watching, looking puzzled about what was going on. Soon after, Kendall admitted she was, quote, not a good cutter, and that she was, quote, kind of scared of the knife. Chris then tells her to, quote, be careful because I nicked myself the other day, as Kendall awkwardly cuts thin slices of cucumber. Kendall then awkwardly asks, don't cucumbers have seeds? While the camera zooms in on the moment. Moments later, Chris decided to take the reins of the situation and called for the chef to come in and cut up the cucumber for her. And from that standpoint, I understand that Chris does not want to risk the safety of her daughter in that way. But it's also insane that a 26-year-old woman doesn't know how to cut it for herself, just saying. But Kendall actually refused that offer, determined to cut it for herself. Then Scott joined in the conversation, complimenting Chris on her new home, while Kendall finished cutting up the snack. And of course, after a moment like that, it's gonna go viral on social media. Especially a moment like this that shows the privilege the Kardashian family has, like it's clear that Kendall has gone through her life without making her own food. One fan wrote on Twitter, quote, Kendall Jenner not knowing how to cut a cucumber and Chris proceeding to call for the chef is hilarious to me. Another added, quote, she probably had to cut her own cucumber like 3 times in her life. And finally someone else said, quote, anytime you feel like you're bad at doing something, watch Kendall Jenner chop a cucumber. Thankfully, it seemed that Kendall was able to make light of the situation, and hopefully this incident does not stop her from being on the show for good. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this one below. Number 1, do you know how to cut a cucumber? I do. They're actually one of my favorite fruits and or vegetables. I don't know what it's classified as, but I eat them very often, and so I know how to cut them. She was like doing this, like I'm sure we have the clip. Really weird stuff. Also, let me know below if you're watching The Kardashians on Hulu. I've been liking it, but I also kind of miss the format of like keeping up a little bit.
Kendall Jenner and her 818 tequila are being sued right now by a competitor called Tequila 512 for very brazenly ripping off 512. Not only that, but her famous sister Kim Kardashian is getting dragged into this lawsuit as well. Tequila 512 is claiming in their lawsuit that 818 knows exactly what they're doing with the logo design and that it was a cheap trick for them to copy them. More specifically, they were upset over the fact that she named her tequila after the San Fernando Valley area code, which is the same shtick that 512 did, which is the area code for Austin. But wait, there's more! They also are suing Kendall for ripping off their color scheme, adding that because they are so similar, it will naturally confuse customers. It does help their case that they've been in business since 2015, whereas Kendall's tequila company started, I believe, in May of 2021. And when you look at the bottles side by side, you can really get a better idea of why this is such an issue for them. Both in color and design, these bottles are the same. If I didn't know, I would assume that they were maybe under the same parent company or something. Now, in a strange twist of events, Kim Kardashian is being named in this lawsuit as well. 512 is claiming that something shady took place in Kim's app called Kim Kardashian Hollywood. The app was promoting Kendall's 818, but for some reason the 512 bottle could also be seen front and center on the in-game images. As of right now, it's unclear if this was a mistake or intentional, but either way, it proves the point of this lawsuit quite well. Their main argument is that customers will get confused, and here we have an example of developers being confused over the actual tequila design for Kim's game. If a mistake like that can be made, then it can definitely be argued that a consumer would make the same mistake, thus costing 512 money and making more money for Kendall. 512 claims that they reached out to the creators of Kim's gaming app, but then say that the game creators kept a design and simply changed the color from yellow to green. The lawsuit goes on to state, either defendant intentionally used plaintiff's bottle hoping to further blur the lines between the two products, or defendant was itself confused about the difference between the two brands. It's also important to note that Kendall was not listed as a defendant, only her company is being sued, but a company rep said that they are reviewing the complaint and believe that the allegations are without merit. But 512 is attempting to have a judge stop 818's production and sales with this lawsuit, even saying that they want the profits that the company has made from their similar tequila brand. Now, Tequila 512 CEO and chairman Nick Matsoukas also gave a statement to a local news station in Austin and said that they want 818 Tequila to clearly distinguish themselves from his company's products, adding, "It goes beyond just lost sales. It's about the long-term dilution of our unique, recognizable brand identity that they decided to mimic. This isn't the first time that Kendall's tequila company has faced some kind of backlash before. Previously, she was criticized and accused of appropriating Mexican culture in her promotional images, while others have mocked her for the grammatically incorrect Spanish on 818's label." Kylie and Kendall Jenner engaged in a shocking new fight that was all captured for the upcoming episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It was a brutal brawl that took place at the end of the night as tensions were already high, and we're about to break it all down for you right here on IO. On last week's episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, there was an explosive fight involving Kylie and her sister Kendall. In typical Kardashian fashion, though, this was used as the teaser for an upcoming episode. This recent drama for the show engulfed all of these sisters into one big nasty argument of picking sides. The worst part was that this all went down while they were on a family trip to Palm Springs. The interesting thing with this situation is that Kim, Khloe, and Kourtney have all had their own spats with each other. So with that knowledge at hand of how easily these situations can escalate, the Kardashian sisters discuss where this could be stemming from and what the solution could be. To back things up a little bit, let's talk about what actually happened first though. After Kendall, Kylie, and Kris Jenner's boyfriend Corey Gamble ended up in the same car towards the end of the night, things began to escalate. Kylie refused to have the driver drop Kendall off at her house, which according to Kylie was out of the way. Kendall, who claimed she was sober at the time, said that Kylie smacked her but not hard, and in return Kendall flailed back, striking Kylie in the face this time. From there, the situation got really ugly. Kylie seemed to have been getting progressively more intoxicated since the beginning of the dinner, and by the night's end she must have not really been all there. Kendall said that after she hit Kylie, her sister, bear with me here, her sister took the heel of her shoe and pressed it into Kendall's neck. Ugh. From there, the two apparently just began kicking each other repeatedly in the car, and as the fight continued to escalate, Mr. Gamble did his best to calm them. Unfortunately, to no avail. Kendall would actually later accuse Corey of cursing at her during the fight, which would then suggest that it wasn't all Kylie's fault. According to Khloe, there was already tension when the night started because Kendall didn't come to the drag show. Khloe said that it felt like the tension between Kylie and Kendall had been building and just so happened to boil over in that car. Kim also mentioned that Kendall has anxiety that she struggles with, and following the argument she was visibly shaking. While Kim didn't really sympathize with Kendall, Khloe on the other hand felt where she was coming from. During the show, Khloe said, "I definitely empathize with Kendall. I have had my my fair share of sister fights. It turns into a whole slew of emotions. I just want Kendall to feel supported, but picking a side is not going to do anything right now. The biggest issue with this show is that its lifeline is drama. So you can never really tell what's real and what isn't. I mean, sometimes it's obvious, but other times it could be small situations that are just being exploited, which can ultimately turn into a big issue to deal with later on. Imagine having your life under a magnifying glass and every fight you get into with your sibling turns into a national story. It's gotta get tiresome after a while. I mean, who this is really not fair to though is Corey Gamble. He just so happened to take that car and now he's stuck in the middle of their drama as a result. Kim believes that it will all just blow over because when alcohol is involved, no one is really thinking logically. As the footage though of Kendall and Kylie fighting aired, Kylie decided to stoke the fire a bit on Twitter. She simply posted this gif with the caption, "Pretty accurate," and as you can see, it looks like these two have been physically fighting each other in cars for a long time now. It's basically the lost footage of what happened that night at this point. I feel like the sisters will be able to work through this one, but again, I feel for Kris Jenner and Corey Gamble for now having to mediate the whole situation, especially with Kylie not really seeing where she went wrong. In my opinion, it was the heel in the neck. If someone did that to me, it would be game over for them for sure. In no way should anyone ever put up with physical abuse like that. I don't care if you were drunk or not. Still should never have happened. Either way though, we will keep our ears and eyes locked onto this new Jenner feud and update you all on this situation if it escalates further, but let's hope not.
Kylie and Kendall Jenner are up against some serious claims right now after a factory has exposed them for refusing to pay the factory workers who make the clothes for their clothing line collection. Kendall and Kylie are under fire right now after reports surfaced saying that they have been refusing to pay the factory workers who create garments for their clothing line. Their line, Kendall plus Kylie, is owned by Global Brands Group, and reports are saying they have refused to pay the factory workers since the COVID-19 crisis has caused a reduction in their sales. In March, the CEO of the group said, "Given the unpredictability of the situation, our retail partners have canceled orders, and existing inventory and product in production may have no sell-through. Consequently, we have no choice but to make the difficult decision to cancel all SS 2020 orders from all suppliers without liability." But recent reports from Remake have said that as a result of the company's decision, women who make the clothes have been left in a vulnerable position and are at risk of starving to death. It's literally that bad, you guys. The report included a statement from one of the garment workers in Bangladesh who said, "At the factory gate, they told us to go away, that it was closed because of the virus. When they told us to go back home, I only had $6 left on me." The statement went viral and people are now taking it to social media to protest for the treatment of these workers, and they are begging the Jenner sisters to take action. Kylie has her own skincare and makeup line and is still promoting her items and even selling masks for the virus. People are furious that she's ordering products for her personal company but refusing to push her clothing line and pay the workers that help their line even exist. Like, realistically, your clothing line does not exist without the people making the clothing. We don't know how much involvement these girls actually have in the company. We just know that they are the face and the name and the model of the clothes. However, it is their name that is representing the brand, so regardless, it's just not a good look. It would be nice to see them still pay these workers even if they aren't working. Cause no offense, but like, we all know you have the money to do that. Kylie is a billionaire. So, or even if they paid the workers to like make fabric face masks and then like donate them to places and people in need, that would be cool. Let me know what you guys think about this. As of right now, both Kendall and Kylie have yet to comment on it. Hopefully with stores starting to reopen right now, the factories might reopen too, and then money can start flowing in for these factory workers.
Number 10, the Selena Obsession. TikTok has been going crazy lately over the wild similarities between Selena and Hailey, leading users to believe Hailey is copying the star. Of course, Hailey has always denied that this is the case. TikTok sleuths have put together videos of the strange times Hailey has copied her, even responding to interview questions the exact same. Definitely must be bizarre to have your ex-boyfriend's wife watching your every move. Just recently, Selena posted the song Let Me Go by Danielle Caesar on TikTok. Then, according to fans, Hailey posted the exact same song to her Instagram just shortly after. If you think, well, that could just be a coincidence, it gets a little bit more incriminating. Fans believe that Hailey has been copying her past interviews. The clip shared on TikTok shows Selena discussing her story and how she's glad to be able to share it. It then shows Hailey in another interview revealing how glad she is to share her story as well. Then when Selena was asked, "What's the one thing you wish people knew about you?" she responded by saying, "My heart." Hailey seems to mimic this exact answer in her own interview, saying, "I just wish people knew my heart." Hailey has also been known to copy many of Selena's iconic outfits as well as the exact same accessories. Back when Selena and Justin were still a thing, Justin gave her a promise ring with the letter J on it. This seemingly matches Hailey's J tattoo that she got on her own finger. One of the comparisons between both stars that has many TikTok users sure of the obsession is the seemingly matching tattoos. Selena got a tattoo just behind her ear of a small lowercase g for her sister Gracie. Then, just 2 years later, Hailey got a very similar G tattoo behind her ear as a tribute to the Seattle megachurch pastor's daughter, Georgia, who was born with a rare brain disorder. If that wasn't enough, people have also compared both Selena and Hailey's Vogue interview questions, making it look pretty bad for the model. With more and more internet detectives finding comparisons about the alleged obsession, it's most likely going to be tough to lie your way out of this one. Number 9. Superfan. There has been a rumor that Hailey has always been a superfan, but she's always denied it to the Bieber fan base. But with the amount of superfan energy she oozed in the past, this is a hard one to deny. Hailey has been known to be a superfan of both Selena and Justin back in the day, and in her defense, who wasn't? Reportedly, Hailey and Justin met for the first time at Justin's fan event back in 2009. Hailey was just 12 at the time and went with her father, Stephen Baldwin. She ended up attending another Justin event in 2011 with her dad and got to meet the star again at the premiere of Never Say Never. But when asked about this, Hailey responded by saying, "I was never a superfan of him or of anyone," going on to say, "It was never that crazed, screaming thing. I didn't think about it in any kind of way except for the fact that he was cute. Everybody had a crush on him. But for the first few years, we had a weird age gap." Not only that, but she loves Selena and Justin together too, according to her tweets at the time. One tweet read, "In 2012, I got to say I was looking forward to seeing what color coordination Jelena was going to do for this year's Vanity Fair party, as well as, I don't care what anyone says, but Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez together is the definition of a teenage dream." Not only that, but on Christmas Eve 2011, she wrote, "Oh my god, I need Bieber wrapping paper ASAP." But it seems even Justin thinks she was a huge fan, even if she doesn't want to admit it. He captioned an Instagram photo of Hailey with, "People always ask me if I'd marry a believer. Well, I did." Number 8. Plastic surgery. This is one speculation that Hailey has always denied, but TikTok investigators seem to think that they have finally caught her. Dr. Barnett explained in a TikTok video what he believes she's had done, saying, "In addition to a rhinoplasty, I think she's had a couple other things done. Lip filler and a chin implant." Also going on to claim that she has cheek filler, jawline contouring, eyebrow microblading, and skin tightening. The video in question ended up resulting in a lawsuit against the doctor for false accusations against Hailey. In a cease and desist letter, attorneys for Justin and Hailey accused Dr. Daniel Barrett of using her name, image, and likeness to commercially advertise plastic surgery, and spread false claims that Hailey has undergone plastic surgery. Hailey also accused the doctor of using copyright-protected lyrics from Justin Bieber's song in the video. In the video, it shows 2 photos of Hailey years apart, and the doctor says, "Pay special attention to the nose. What do you think? I think it's physically impossible without getting a little help from someone like myself to get from this picture to that picture." In a statement to E! News, the doctor said, "The purpose of my TikTok is to increase the transparency of plastic surgery and to educate people." He went on to say, "The purpose of my video was to share my opinion about the procedures that I believe she may have had done based on photos alone." He's not alone in these thoughts though. Another TikTok user has come forward showing videos of Hailey's lips, saying, "I think these celebrities think we're dumb. Yes, you've always had lips, but you can't convince me these are the same." Going on to show various photos and clips of the model, she says, "You can see it migrating at the top. You can see where they even put the needle in." But with all these accusations, Hailey has stayed firm that she's never had any work done. Number 7. Calling paparazzi. We all know celebrities call paparazzi on themselves, and it looks like Hailey isn't above it. When asked about how she feels about the paparazzi harassing her and Justin, she said in an interview, "Sometimes when there's paparazzi following me, I have a flash in my head like getting out a baseball bat and literally destroying their car." She went on to say, "It makes me so annoyed that I'm like, one of these days I'm just gonna get out of the car with an effing baseball bat." She also said in the past, "I didn't ask for grown men to follow me around with cameras." With a statement like that, you would assume she would try to avoid all the cameras at all costs, but that just doesn't seem to be the case. In a video that's been circulating around TikTok, you can see Hailey getting out of her car and asking the paparazzi where she should pose. And they answer, "You can just do it right here." Then after a few photos of her are taken, walking down the street, she asks if they're all good and then gets back in her car. I mean, it really does look like a setup, so could she like photographers a little bit more than than she says. What do you guys think? Number 6, the Selena overlap. Hailey has cleared the air during an interview on Call Her Daddy and has claimed that there is absolutely no overlap when dating Justin with Selena. She admitted that she is aware of how it looks and the timing of things, but has insisted that she waited. The timeline goes that Selena and Justin were hanging out a lot in late 2017 and seemed to get back together early 2018, until they looked to abruptly break it off. Not long after, Hailey came into the picture and then they got married. After getting married, Hailey said in an interview how she often struggled and was ridden with guilt during the first few months of marriage. This led some fans to believe it's because she stole Justin from Selena. Considering the times are so close together, it's definitely tough to not assume there was a little overlap between the two women. Number 5, racist comments. Though of course this is something that Hailey will always deny, some believe that the model has some pretty problematic and racist beliefs. 2011 to 2013 was a pretty problematic time for the model, who allegedly tweeted some very interesting opinions. One tweet she reportedly wrote was, "With Cody Simpson and the awkward moment when you're at a Chinese restaurant and your waiter isn't Chinese." Another tweet from 2013 read, "To those foreigners who don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so sorry your country didn't have pilgrims to such a sick holiday." Even more recently in 2016, it looks like Twitter users also seemed to find a tweet that looked as though the model was alluding to the fact that she may also be homophobic. Hailey looked to have liked a tweet that said, "Let me clarify, the Bible stands against homosexuality, so I stand with the Bible." Hailey then commented on this post writing, "So good." Even though it didn't take long for her to delete her Twitter once these tweets emerged, the digital footprint really will always live on for her. Number 4, Justin's Instagram. Does Hailey run both her account and her husband's? Fans believe she controls Justin's account to make it look like the couple are way more happy and way more in love than they actually are. After Justin posted a photo of his wife with the caption, "I love you baby," fans were convinced that Hailey was really behind it. Considering this was after a few weeks without making a statement on the ongoing drama, many were surprised that this was his decision to post. One fan wrote, "I bet you forced him to post this." And another added, "Hailey, give Justin his phone back." Another time that fans were convinced Hailey was posting for Justin was when the photo was posted of her with the caption, "Definition of a bad bee," aka strong, confident, independent, loyal, still can't believe you chose me. But TikTok users seem to think that she may have forgotten she was on Justin's account when they noticed that he commented heart emojis on his own post. A few seem to believe that they saw this coming, with one user commenting, "The caption on Justin's Instagram makes it so obvious. This was my suspicion before I saw this." Another added by saying, "So the fact that he has more pictures of her on his Instagram and she barely has any of him makes more sense now." Number 3, the visa. Have you heard the rumor that Justin may be using Hailey in order to get a visa to stay in LA? The rushed marriage with Hailey has had fans speculating if there may have been an ulterior motive to trying to tie the knot so quickly. Maybe it's because Justin figured this marriage could solve his problems, which is something he's admitted in the past. TikTokers began making videos explaining what they think is the real reason Justin jumped into marrying Hailey in a pretty abrupt way. According to social media users, with Justin being Canadian, he was pushing for a marriage in order to stay in the US. The theories began when DJ Khaled and Drake's song Pop Star resurfaced online. Justin is seen in the video mouthing the words, "Ariana, Selena, my visa," which people believe is referring to the girls he's been with. Speculating my visa refers to Hailey. Justin has allegedly always stayed in the US on an O1 visa, which is for individuals with an extraordinary ability in the arts or extraordinary achievement in motion picture or the television industry. Since this doesn't lead to permanent residency, which is what he needs to be a citizen, but you know how you can be a citizen? Marriage. After he announced his engagement to Hailey, 2 months later Justin reportedly applied for the US citizenship. Is it possible that Justin only married Hailey to finally become an official dual citizen? 2 years ago, Justin even joked that his marriage was arranged, saying, "I think it was an arranged marriage. I'm pretty sure." Looking back now, it was definitely an arranged marriage. They set up this whole thing. Though he was joking, there might be some more truth to it than many would like to believe, and fans seem to agree that maybe the two really didn't marry for love. Number 2, we have mocking Selena. These two celebrities really have a strange relationship and are looking to be forever tied because of Justin Bieber. Since Justin and Hailey's marriage in 2018, the media has always pitted them against each other, which they have both attempted to shut down until the eyebrow drama. In a now deleted post, Selena posted a video on TikTok sharing that she laminated her brows just a little too much. Within a few hours, Kylie Jenner posted a selfie on Instagram story with the caption, "This was an accident." Clearly, fans and the media were convinced she was throwing shade at Selena, considering the text was placed over her eyebrows. She then went on to post a screenshot of a FaceTime between her and Hailey, which was zoomed in on both their eyebrows. This spiraled all over social media, with most fans coming to the support of Selena. The singer hasn't been one to get too involved in fun social media drama and has even gone off the platform to preserve her peace in the past. When this began getting out of control, Kylie saw the video and explained the bullying against Selena and commented, "This is reaching. No shade towards Selena ever, and I didn't even see her eyebrow posts. You guys are making something out of nothing. This is silly." To which Selena responded, "Agreed." Though Hailey hasn't publicly said anything about this alleged drama, Selena is over it. After sharing a makeup tutorial on TikTok, she wrote in the comments, "Thank you and love you all so much. I'm deeply grateful for each and every one of you humans. You make me unbelievably happy." She then added, "Please be kinder and consider others' mental health. My heart has been heavy and I only want good for everyone. All my love." Selena also came out with a statement on her Instagram story basically telling people to leave Hailey alone. But there's still no word from Hailey as to why she seemed to be so blatantly mean to Selena. Number 1, the publicity stunt. A relationship that Hailey may have lied about for publicity is her brief fling with Shawn Mendes. Shawn more or less has admitted that they were involved in the past, but they both refused to put a label on their past relationship. Shawn said in an interview with Rolling Stone, "I don't even want to put a title on it. I think it was more a zone of limbo." After being seen holding hands during Halloween and then cuddling over the holidays, it seemed that they were keeping it casual due to the distance. The two ended up being each other's date to the Met Gala in May, but by June, Hailey was back with Justin and engaged just a month later. At the time, Shawn claimed he wasn't bitter, saying to Patrick Doyle from the Rolling Stone, "I get it, you know, I'm really happy for them." But could this whole thing just be a PR move? Considering how fast it was and how quickly she married Justin, makes fans believe that it absolutely was.